So, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, maybe, or even good morning. So, let's see. Hi, Vitali. Hi, Manny. Hi, Ollie. Hi, Oksana. I have a feeling, Manny, your English is more than average. And hi there, Sunset, as well. So great to have you all with me. Um, and Isa, good morning. Great to have you as well. Okay, so let's see. Next stream will be on Thursday, the 22nd of December at 4 p.m. I think there'll be another one on Friday, but I'm not going to have one on Saturday, which is Christmas Eve. But it's the only one that I'm going to skip for the holidays. So let's get straight down to it. Okay, this article's about the way that the language we speak affects the way that we think. And I certainly know that my character and the way I react in Spanish is not the same as the way I react in English. I definitely notice differences. So let's see. Good morning, Manisco. But a growing number of experts believe language can influence how we think, just as our thoughts and culture can cast, carve, work, shape, regulate how language develops. Okay, but a growing number of experts believe language can influence how we think, just as our thoughts and culture can cast, carve, work, shape, regulate how language develops. Okay, this looks pretty good. So we've got shape from Vitali, from Mani, from Sunset, and from Oksana. Okay, let's look at some of these words. Yes, this is a continuation of the article we saw last week. Yeah? And we've got shape for Ollie and for Issa as well. Okay, let's see. To cast. Cast normally means to throw or to make solid. Hi, Juan Lim. Great to have you. Or Juan Lim. So you could cast metal as well, is to put something in a mold and make it, as in cast iron, or to cast, to throw. To carve, to make sculpture. Yeah, you could carve something out of wood. Yeah, or maybe you could carve the turkey for Christmas. To work and work, no. To regulate. Well, regulate more normally talks about rules, but maybe something could regulate is to make it go in a regular way. It could be regulate, but shape is a much better word. So, well done all of you. That was a very good start. Let's go to the next one. This will probably fit just. Yes. So, here we go. Shalom Renyard, great to have you. It actually goes both ways. Persuades, defies, discusses, argues, disputes. Thora Tenbrink, a linguist at Bangor University in Scotland. Yes, Renyard, absolutely. Shape our language. Okay, it actually goes both ways. Persuades, defies, discusses, argues, disputes. Thora Tenbrink, a linguist at Bangor University in the UK. Notice here that we have an inversion. Yeah, we've got the verb first and then the subject afterwards. Yeah, and when you're writing, it's very, very common literary technique, particularly with when somebody is saying something. Yeah, I see, said the blind man. Yeah, the blind man said the blind man. Okay, so we've got argues from Sunset, Vitali, Oksana, Renyard, Ollie, and Manny. That sounds pretty good. Okay, so yes, let's see. to persuade. Well, she's not persuading, she's just stating a point of view. We've got argue from Joanne Lim, and we've got argue from Manny as well. To defy is to do something that you've been told not to do. Yeah, it's to defy is to challenge authority. Discusses, but she's not discussing it with anyone. She's saying. Yeah, and she's not disputing really with anyone. We use this word argues to say to put forward an argument, to put forward an idea. Yes, exactly, that sort of pattern. This inversion very often follows direct speech. Yeah, that's it. It's a good way to do it. Something you could do with your writings as well. Okay, so let me try and cut and paste the next one in. Okay, so it's hard. Little brats are so defiant, I love it. It's hard to ignore the evidence, proof, testimony, data, truth that language influences thinking, argues Daniel Casasanto at Cornell University. I visited Cornell University once. So, it's hard to ignore the evidence, proof, testimony, data, truth that language influences thinking, argues Mr. Casasanto. Maintains also fits. Yes, I like maintains. Yeah, maintains for argues. To maintain a position. That's a good word, Reynard. Okay, so... this, I think I haven't had a single wrong answer so far, but well, maybe we'll find some more difficult ones as we get further in. So, evidence for Manny, for Ollie, for Vitali, for Isa, for Renyard, for Joanne Lim, for Oksana, and Sunset says very definitely evidence. Okay. The proof, well, we haven't had any proof. Proof is when something is proved completely beyond doubt. Testimony is the evidence that a person normally gives. To make a point, yes. Yeah, to make a point, to argue, definitely Vitali. The data, to ignore the data that language... I guess data would fit, but... generally the evidence comes from the data, and truth, nobody's proved it's true, so evidence, very definitely. To point out, yes, points out this person, very good. Okay, and this isn't going to work. So bear with me. And that works like that. Evidence in a way proves something right, but notice evidence is not conclusive proof. Proof is more than just the evidence. Okay? So, let's see. For example, we know that people remember things they pay more attention to. And different languages force us to pay attention to an garb, array, deck, rank of different things. Was, were, be, being, it, gender, movement, or colour. Okay, so... this one is okay as well. Let's see. So, and different languages force us to pay attention to an garb, array, deck, rank of different things. Was, were, be, being, it, gender, movement, or colour. Okay, so we've got array for Vitali, for Sunset, for Oksana, for Renyard, for Joanne Lim, for Ollie, and for Manny. What's this word garb? Garb. Okay, and then we've got be it for everybody as well, for Sunset, for Vitali, for Oksana, for Renyard, for Ollie, and for Isa as well. Okay, to a rank. A rank. I wouldn't use rank here. That's it, Juan Lim, B as well. A garb is an outfit. Garb, yeah, he was wearing strange garb, strange clothes. Okay, Manny's gone for was it gender. So, let's see. It's definitely not garb. A deck we find on a ship. Garb means attire, very definitely. So, yes, be it. Okay, so array is the right answer. Now, look at this here. The right answer is be it gender, colour or movement. Notice we've got an inversion with a present subjunctive. Let's see. Whether it be. And this is a really nice way or phrase to use. Whether it be, it doesn't matter if it is gender, movement or colour. And the thing that they've done here is they've used an inversion, be it X, Y or Z. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether it's X, Y or Z. Notice this is fairly formal. Be it, I'd probably give it a 6.5 in formality. So a good one for your writings. Yeah, when invited I'll take potluck, whether it be cold or warm. That's lovely. Potluck says that you eat whatever you're given. Hi Mauro and hi Nina, great to have you. And let's try the next one. Mandarin speakers often envisage, image, foresee, forecast, intend time as a vertical line where down represents the future. Mandarin speakers often envisage, image, foresee, forecast, intend time as a vertical line where down represents the future. I'm going to find it very difficult to get any that you don't know. Okay, envision and envisage. I think I made a video with this. They are really close. I think both of these, you shut your eyes and you see something or imagine something. I think you envision a plan, yeah, or you envisage a plan. Envisage talks about what's going to happen in the future, but envision as well. So we've got envision for Sunset, for Vitali, for Oksana, for Ollie, for Isa. Manny's gone for C, and Juan Lim's gone for envision. Because if you're making songs, Astro, you have poetic license, which means you can do all sorts of things that don't work. Yeah. Okay, so Renyard, envision, also imagine might fit. Imagine is very good. I think envisage as well would fit. Envision for Lionheart. Okay, so to foresee, I think you foresee the future. But if you foresee, you see what's going to happen in the future. Yeah, in this case, envision is used to perceive. Yeah. Okay, but to foresee, you foresee what's going to happen. To forecast is to predict. You can't intend time. An image, I think an image, they haven't, the image that they have in their mind, yeah, which is either envision, and I think envisage works perfectly well here as well. Envision. I think probably envision is probably less common than to envisage, but they both work very nicely. Okay, and so let's go to the next one. Influences. And picture. Yeah, picture's a good simile, Vitali. I like it a lot. Okay. Linguists, neuroscientists, psychologists and others have spent decades trying to unwrap, uncover, betray, ferret the ways in which our language influences our thoughts, often focusing on abstract concepts such as space and time, which are clear, public, plain, bare, open to interpretation. Okay, so here we go. We've got, this is good. Okay, so let's see. Vitali goes for uncover, so does Sunset. Manny goes for unwrap. Isa goes for unwrap. Juan Lim goes for uncover. Renyard for unwrap. And then we've got open for Sunset, for Vitali, and for Renyard as well. So you're wondering between unwrap and uncover. Ollie goes for uncover and open. There's a slight difference between uncover and unwrap. And then open for Juan Lim, open for Manny, unpack, unpick. I think I was thinking about unpick while I was writing this one, Vitali. Oksana goes for unwrap. Okay, let's see. Ferret. A ferret is a long, thin animal that you put in a hole to make the rabbits come out. If we put ferret out, that would work. To ferret out, to try and find. Okay, Vitali saying open to interpretation is a collocation, and I would quite agree with him with that. But there's no out, so it doesn't work. Ferret out, to ferret something out. Yeah, you could ferret out information, yeah? I ferreted some money out of my bag. To betray is to give your friend to your enemy, to break somebody's trust, yeah, to act in an untrustworthy way. Okay, so I'm now looking at these two, uncover and unwrap. The original was uncover, but I also think unwrap probably fits. Unwrap is more metaphorical, unwrap the ways. I think it definitely works, so I'm going to accept both uncover and unwrap to find out exactly. And as all of you, are clear to interpretation. No, Oksana, this is open to interpretation. if something is open to interpretation, you can interpret it in different ways. You can understand it in different ways. Yeah? And what they're saying is that space and time are open to interpretation. There's no clear way that you must think about space and time. Open to interpretation. It's definitely a collocation. And let's try the next one. No. Bear with me just a second. Cut. Send and paste. Okay. But getting scientific results isn't easy. If we just compare the thinking and behavior of people who speak different languages, it's hard to be sure that any differences aren't down to, with, on, at, in, culture, personality, or something else entirely. You read something different into the sentence. It can happen. To unwrap the truth, to unwrap a mystery, I think you definitely could. Sunset says open to interpretation means ambiguous. Yes, you can see it in various ways. Definitely, Renyard, you can unwrap the truth, you could unwrap a mystery. Yes, let's see. To uncover, you just find it, whereas unwrap, it says that it's more complicated, that the two things are mixed together, Vitali. So you could unwrap. I think maybe if we're talking about psychology, you're trying to unwrap the things, and there are various layers covering it. Whereas to uncover, it's there and you just take off the lid. So I think unwrap, I like unwrap better. It's probably more metaphorical, but they use to uncover. It implies it's simpler to find. Okay, it seems like you definitely know this one. Okay, so we've got a landslide again. Okay, so it's hard to be sure that any differences aren't down to. This means due to, because, as a result of. Yeah? So, you could put something down to ascribe a reason to something. Yeah, the reason I haven't got any energy today is down to the fact that I haven't had my coffee yet. Down to, yeah, something is down to, attributable to. Yes, I like that, attributable to. That's a good phrase. Sunset. Okay, due to, owing to, thanks to, definitely Vitali. And the central role that language plays in expressing ourselves also makes it hard to dismiss, unpick, unfasten, disengage it from these other influences. The central role that language plays in expressing ourselves also makes it hard to dismiss it from other influences, to unpick it from other influences, to disengage it from these other influences. So we've got 2 for disengage. We've got 3 for disengage. So Vitali, Sunset and Oksana go for disengage. Ollie's gone for unpick. Lionheart's gone for disengage. Manny's gone for disengage. Juan Lim's gone from disengage as well. Unfasten for Renyard. Disengage is from military language, to disengage, an engagement to disengage. Also, Renyard, I'm thinking about to disengage as in the gear. When you're driving, you engage first gear, you engage second gear. But when you change gear, you need to disengage. Yeah. And Issa's gone for dismiss it from these other influences, and Mani's gone for separate. Because something that engages, it's meant to join and separate, join and separate. So let's see. Okay, I think I probably ought to go for an answer then. To dismiss it from these other influences. I can understand why you've chosen this, Issa. I dismiss the possibility. To disengage, to get loose, or to detach yourself. Yeah. Okay, normally, so, makes it hard to disengage, to clear it of other influences, absolutely. To unfasten. If you fasten, there's something that joins the two things together. To dismiss an idea, he dismissed my suggestion. Yeah? I think, you see, to dismiss is not to consider. To put aside, to rule it out as a possibility. Yes. Yeah, and here we're talking about separate, as Mani has said. Okay, the original one they used to distinguish it, the original one they used was unpick, which I have to give to Ollie. Well done, Ollie. Although I think disengage probably works. Please fasten your seatbelt. Notice, I think it's easier to disengage than it is to unpick. Yeah? Let's see, if you have a piece of string and it's all wound together and tangled up, you need to unpick it. Or you have a piece of knitting, you unpick the knitting, you separate the threads. Yeah, so unpick's the one they've used, and I think unpick is probably the better answer, but disengage I guess works as well. Okay, and let's go for the next one. And for example, you can unpick your shoelaces. You unpick a knot, Sunset. So if your shoelaces are knotted, you can definitely unpick them. Okay, there are ways around this secret conundrum, paradox, sphinx, cryptogram. However, Casasanto, for example, often teaches people in his lab to use metaphors from other languages in their own tongue, and investigates what impact this has on their thinking. To unpick. So undo, you pull, Sunset. But unpick, you pull and it doesn't come open. It just goes into a knot. And then you need to unpick it. You could unpick a ball of thread. That is tangled, Renyard. Yes. I think unpick very specifically for knitting. When somebody is knitting and they make a mistake, they need to unpick the work that they've done. Okay, this looks like another landslide. So conundrum for Sunset, for Vitali, for Oksana, for Mani. for Juan Lim, for Ollie, and for Renyard. Okay, so this secret. Around this secret. It's not really a secret. It's not a paradox, because a paradox is two opposite things. Yeah? A conundrum, something that seems impossible to solve. The Sphinx, very often they say the Sphinx is something that is not possible to understand. No. And a cryptogram, this is normally a puzzle, something that is coded for you to solve, but definitely a conundrum. A conundrum is something that's not easy to solve, that is complex, a riddle, a puzzle. Okay, and we know that people often use metaphors to think about concepts. For example, a high price, a long time, or strong, wide, long, heavy, deep mystery. Thank you, Zuldiz. Okay, so high price, long time, and which one goes with mystery? Okay, and if you look at it, so why is a price high? That's because we're looking at prices as a line, as a vertical line from cheap to expensive. Why do we say a long time? Because we're looking at a line that goes away from us. And I think we're viewing time that starts where we are and goes away in the future, and therefore it's a long line. Yeah? Whereas you are all saying it's a deep mystery. Yes, deep for Manny, for Vitali, for Sunset, for Oksana, for Ollie, for Renyard, and for Joanne Lim. Okay, definitely, a mystery is deep. Because in a mystery, you've got this idea, you're looking downwards into it, yeah, and your hand's going further and further down into a mystery. But it's a very metaphorical way of thinking about things. I hope this next one fits. No, it's not going to fit at all. Bear with me a sec. And cut and enter and paste and enter. This way, you're not comparing people from different cultures, which may influence the result. Instead, you are focusing at, in, on, with, of, how thinking changes in the same people from the same culture while speaking in two different ways. Absolutely. This one's an easy one, isn't it? Yeah, so Vitali goes for focus on, so does Sunset, Manny, Oksana, Sunset, Isa, Lionheart. Very good indeed, to focus on something. Well done, Ollie. Yeah, and this one I think was one of the easiest today. So to focus on, well done, Juan Lim. To focus on something. Focus on, says Renyard. That's great. Okay, and let's go for another one. And any cultural differences are therefore removed from the equilibrium, equation, equivalence, case, or equalization. Safargi, great to have you, Safargi. On, exactly correct. Well done, Safargi. Oh, no, it's Safargul, not Safargi, Safargul. It's probably the Safardi is on my mind. So, great to have you, Safargul. Okay, so we've got here. You're right, Sunset. either you're improving or today's questions are easy, but I think you're improving because you've all done very, very, very well with these today. Yeah, you've been scoring 99%. Okay, so any cultural differences are therefore removed from the equilibrium, equation, equivalence, case, equalization. Okay, so we've got equation for Sunset, for Manny, for Vitali, for Oksana, for Ollie, for Renyard, for Juan Lim as well. Okay, an equilibrium is two sides. You have an equilibrium between two things. The two things work in the same way. If you remove something from an equilibrium, it falls to pieces. An equivalence, from the equivalence, I guess nowadays what the equivalence it means equalness. Yeah, from the case, from the scenario would fit. An equalization is making two things fit. To focus upon, absolutely, Vitali, I like this. We need to focus upon this. So this is very good work again. Equation, Q-U-A-T-I-O-N. And let's try another one then. And this one doesn't quite fit, but it will any second now. There we go. Cognitive scientist Lera Brodotsky, one of the pioneers of research into how language manipulates our thoughts, has shown that English speakers typically watch, sight, observe, vision, scan, view time as a horizontal line. So notice here envision would fit, yeah, envision, yeah, but vision would be different. Or also envisage, yeah. Okay, wow, this is great. So notice this: to view something as. It talks about how you look at it, how you look upon it. Look upon's great. So we got view from Sunset, Manny, Vitali, Oksana, Ollie, Renyard, Juan Lim, and Elohim. Well done and welcome, Elohim. And as Vitali says, to look upon, so to view. Yeah, I view this as a very good thing. To scan is to look from side to side. Yeah, to watch, you don't watch time, you watch over a period of time. To sight is either to see or to get someone's, or to get something straight. Somebody's standpoint, perspective or view. To vision, to observe time. Observe is like watch over a period of time. Vision, envision or envisage with an N-E-N, yes. So, view time as. Let's try another. I got this wrong. Okay, that looks better. And this one you're all going to get as well. Doesn't quite fit. Bear with me. I cut. They look on it. Yes, I think look on it would also fit. I think I prefer look upon it as. But it would. But I think look on. Something as I look on this as, yes, it fits. I think I look upon is probably more common, but both fit. So they might move meetings forward or press, drive, stick, push deadlines back. They also tend to view time as travelling from left to right, most likely in line with how you're reading the text on this page or the way the English language is written. Okay, so definitely this is very good again. Push for everybody, for Vitali, for Sunset, for Elohim, for Isa, for Manny, for Oksana, for Ollie, for Juan Lim, and for Lionheart. Okay, to set something for later, to make it happen later, to delay, to put off. And clearly the collocation or the phrasal verb is to push back. Yeah, can we push the meeting back? Let's see, to press back. Well, somebody presses and you press back. No. To drive back. I think maybe that sounds more military. You drive back the enemy. And Renyard goes for push back as well. Definitely. Put back, push back, move back, to postpone. Okay, let's try one more as a last one. Let's see if I can give you some difficulty with one of these at least. Put off, postpone, delay, defer, push back. Good, Sunset. Good, Vitali, both of you. Hi, Patricia. You're a little bit late. Okay, this relationship to the direction text is written and time appears to apply, enforce, exert, relate, refer in other languages too. So this relationship to the direction text is written and time appears, and time appears to apply is written. This direction and time appears to apply, enforce, exert, relate, refer in other languages too. Okay, to enforce, you enforce the law. You exert an effort. You relate one thing to another. So appears to relate to other languages. If it was a to, it would work. To refer to. The meaning's not right, but it would need to be a refer to other languages. Yeah. To pertain to. That's good, Vitali. I love it. So to apply in other languages, we could have put apply to other languages too. So we got apply from Vitali, from Oksana, from Ollie, from Elohim, from Sunset, from Juan Lim, from Renyard, relate to, refer to, pertain to, be pertinent to, apply. It's got to be in other languages too. It's the only one where in works. Okay, I said that was going to be the last one, but I'm going to give you one more. To be germane to, I love it. Germane to is a very, very good one as well. Apposite to, that's a great, and material to. Both of those are really good words. I love apposite and material to. So, let's one last one. Hebrew speakers, or Arabic speakers, for example, who read from right to left, picture time as following the same line, path, walk, street, way as their text. Relevant to, definitely as well. So Hebrew speakers and Arabic speakers, for example, who read from right to left, picture time as following the same line, path, walk, street, way as their text. So we've got path for Vitali, for Manny, for Ollie, and for Sunset. Renyard has gone for line. You see, I would say follow the same. I would probably say something like are in line with this idea. Timeline. Okay, so we've got line for Isa as well. We've got path for Elohim. We've got path for Juan Lim. Follow the same timeline. Oksana's gone for way. Oh, this is getting interesting now. You see, look at this word follow. I think I would say go the same way. Are aligned with their text. Follow the same way as their text. I would say, I wouldn't use follow. It doesn't feel very natural. Yeah, follow the same. Yeah. It's good. It's good. Okay, the same street. Street doesn't work. Follow the same walk. No, it doesn't work either. The answer is path. And notice, follow a path. Follow the same line. Follow the same way. Maybe line and maybe way, but path is much better. Yeah, if something follows the same path, it goes the same way. Yeah, it's in the same line. Yeah, but I think definitely follow the same path. So, ladies and gentlemen, time to stop. Let's see. It's been great having you all. Let's see. Next stream on Thursday, 22nd of December at 4:30 p.m. UK time. And as I said, no revolution equation. Okay, yes. So let's see. Next stream on Thursday 22nd. We'll have one on Friday 23rd. Will be at 1 p.m. But no stream on 24. Okay, so thank you all for coming. Thank you, Ollie. Thank you, Manisco. Thank you, Juan Lim. Thank you, Vitali. It's a pleasure having you. Thank you, Mauro. Thank you, Oksana. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Vitali. Thank you, Lionheart. Thank you, Isa. Thank you, Juan Lim. Thank you, Elohim. Thank you, Renyard. Thank you, Sunset and Ollie and Manny. And who have I missed? Have I missed anybody? And Manny and Sunset and oh yes, and Safargul as well. Thank you, Safargul. Okay, so take care and bye for now. Equation, erasion. That's it, equation, evasion, invasion. There are some of them. Bye for now. Thank you.